Hello, everyone. Welcome to Passport Profiles. And we have an exciting one today. Somebody that I've known for quite a bit and I admire, a sports journalist, uh, just an amazing human, Anna Yurka. But first, I'm Franco,
I'm Shannon.
and this is Dorian Destinations Podcast. Sorry, babe. I got excited. I got ahead of myself. But this is Anna Yurka.
Thank you
How are
so
you, Anna?
much. Thank you so much for having me. I love traveling, and when you spoke about the podcast, I was like, that's so freaking cool. And by the way, Shannon, you are beautiful. Your daughter is literally like you. That's why she's so pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. I
And
appreciate
likewise,
your
Franco, I admire you and respect you a lot.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you. Well, we're excited to have you. I'm excited because you have an interesting perspective. I know for a fact that you've traveled many places, especially for work, and you've seen many different cultures because of work. And we're gonna tap into that. But before we get into that, babe, let's get to know Anna. No,
Yeah, that's good to know her.
let's get to know her. All right. So we're going to ask you, Hannah, a little bit questions about you, your past, how you got to where you're at now, and then we'll dive a little bit more into it. So we're going to see who Anna is. And Anna, you are from Honduras, no?
Yes. I was born in Tegucigalpa, which is the capital of Honduras. I lived for a while in La Ceiba, which is prettier and better in every single way. And then I moved back to Tegucigalpa. And I love Tegus, but there's many places in my country that are better than Tegucigalpa. Sorry. Yeah.
And how did you got pulled into the United States?
Oh, my husband. You fall in love, and then that guy promises, no, we're going to stay here. We're never going to move. I promise you. And then, hey, after certain time being married, hey, we got to go. It's work, blah, blah, blah. And there you go, following the guy.
There you go. There you go.
But
There
hey,
you go.
so many years later, I think God had it for me. And it was the best decision I made when I decided to just like start from zero again, following my heart and doing that for my best friend and my husband, my lover, my everything. And I think the US is just the best place in the world.
That's true. I concur. You see how she talks about her husband? I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it. Shannon,
You were talking in my head. I'm thinking you was gonna say something like, "Why didn't you talk about me that way?" Like,
yeah, because
You're working together. That's how I get when I am working with my husband, which he is right now with me. But this is different because we are the guests today. So whenever we are working, it's like, oh, I want to kill you. But he's my favorite travel partner at the same time. So, you know.
You could at least agree that I'm your favorite travel.
oh my gosh, yes, babe. Yes, I love you. You're my lover.
Yeah.
Best travel partner. Yes.
There you go. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. You say?
Your husband.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Well, you want to ask the next question, my loves?
Let me ask you, what does travel mean to you?
Oh, to me, it's growth. The whole thing about being able to do it. You know, when I was growing up, I remember I had so many dreams. And where I come from a very, very, very poor area in Tegucigalpa, and we didn't have much. So my thing was daydreaming all day long. One day I'm going to get out of here. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to travel. Like just like watching the movies and seeing, like Home Alone. And I saw the airplane. Now first class is not like that anymore. But so the airplane and the drinking a glass of wine and the whole thing. And I was like, wow, one day I'm going to do that. So the fact that now I'm able to do it, to me, it's just like it's growth. And on a personal level, like more not about the luxury that it brings with just traveling. I think just going somewhere, it's just a blessing. Even if it's just around the corner on a cheap hotel, you are able to do that. That is such a blessing. But the whole, you grow every time you know a different culture, every time you see different things, how people do things different than how you do things, how they live, how they shop, like everything, the food, everything. It's just a growing and learning experience.
That's a hell of a, you see,
Growth.
Growth. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is, and it's and we talk about it all the time, like that. Like I will pull my kid out of school to take them somewhere because to me that's education.
Yes.
You know, like,
Thank you.
like. Yeah. I think, and it makes them grow, and it makes them like kind of become a lot, you know, a better person. I think. No,
I agree.
You agree?
I do. Everything she says about her husband, I agree with.
Oh my God! There you go. No,
no, but you know what? I love that you just mentioned that, because sometimes, because of my work, usually summer is my busiest time of the year. So it's not like I can say, "Oh, I'm gonna go here for summer." Like it's very hard for me to do that because of my work. So I'm like, I'm sorry, the kids are going to have to miss certain days of school because we're going on vacation, and everyone is, you're pulling your kids out of school and like that, like, woo, like if it's, and I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. But yeah, books are great, and I want them to go all the way to college and do the whole thing. But at the same time, I've seen the growth of my kids just with traveling, and not traveling in a nice way. Like my husband does missions for work. He does logistics for people who want to do humanitarian work. And I remember that we always said, as soon as the kids are able to go on a mission trip, we're gonna take them, because you learn, and you learn real life. And I saw the difference in my kids. My older one is 9, and I don't remember how old was Seth. Josh, I'm sorry, he's here. How old was Seth when you took him to the first? 6. 6. And he went to this village in Honduras. My husband was with this group of people giving away, food. It was like a medical brigade and different things. My kid came back with a story about how this other kid was so happy with a toy that was broken. And for him, it was like, he was in awe, and I was like, yes, thank you, Jesus. This is what we want when he goes somewhere, that he can learn those things. Of course, he had the other side of traveling, the first class experience thing, but I see the change in every single aspect of every time we travel, and I have no problem taking my kids out of school for a couple of days, or even a freaking whole week if we need to go somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, baby, you were a school teacher.
I was a teacher for 20 years. And I mean, first of all, being on a teacher budget during the summer is the most expensive. So you need to travel on the off seasons. But on top of that, I just felt like we're getting a better education than them sitting inside of a classroom. And if it's going to work in our schedule and they're going to miss a couple of days, I was okay with that. And I still am. Now that they're getting older, it's harder because they're like, but I have a big test, and it weighs on them as the older they get. But I'm always like, guys, seriously, like we're fine. Like it's 5 days. Like we have the time. They're great students, and for me, they're gonna get more out of it. So
oh my gosh, I love you. I love you. I love you because you're a teacher. So when you say it, it means so much more, because there's one thing, I didn't know you were a teacher. So when you said I was a teacher, I'm like, oh, she's gonna kill me for what I just said. But just the fact that you say it to me, like teachers, it's one of the most one of the hardest careers there are, and underappreciated, and so just the fact that you say it, it's like, wow, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
No, and it's funny because since I'm a teacher, I have other teacher moms, and we all kind of do the same thing. It's just the way to travel. And if you talk to the teachers and just say, hey, listen, and just be honest. I mean, we know you guys are not sick, right? I'm like, hey, can you give me the work ahead of time? Or I have to say 95%, maybe even higher, are more adaptable to let you do those things, So,
I mean, I just don't know how you, like, either they're going to see The Last Supper on a book, or why don't you take them and to see The Last Supper, and that to me is a lot more magical than reading it and seeing it on a piece of paper, but it's worth it. So I'm glad. There you go. We travel identical with our kids, so that's great. By the way, your husband, it has to be one of our next guests, because when you told me what he did, I was like, okay, that's going to be some interesting conversations to talk about in terms of traveling.
Yeah, way more interesting.
Not way more. Tampoco, Ana. Come on.
No,
Tampoco. Pero yes,
to me, he is, because he has done things that I still think that I don't know if I could do it. Like go in the middle of a jungle in Honduras, in La Mosquitia, which is it's on my bucket list, but I'm like, I don't know if I could do it that way, because he goes and there's no electricity, no phones, he had this satellite phone. And one time the air conditioning in my house broke, and I needed just to change a filter or something. And when he was directing me how to do it, like the step by step, that thing like got lost. And I'm like, I don't know, what if something happened to him? So I don't know if I could do it, but trust me, yeah, he's a great conversation.
Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna book them soon. So,
yeah.
But Ana, we're gonna play a little game now, the fact or fiction with you, to see. First of all, how do you pronounce how do you pronounce the capital? Tegucigalpa?
Yes,
Tegucigalpa.
Tegucigalpa. We say Tegus too. The Tegus, like if it's the shoulder. Yeah, Tegucigalpa.
Okay, I'm gonna do the Tegus, because that's a mouthful. But okay, so the first fact or fiction, Tegus is the only capital city in Central America located at sea level. Is that a fact or is that a fiction?
Oh, don't do that to me. That's so mean.
Oh, I'm going to do that to you.
I'm so dumb.
Mean.
I don't know. I'm going to say yes. Fact? No?
No, it's fiction. It's fiction.
Sorry. You see? I'm dumb.
No, you're not. No. You're not dumb. Don't ever say that. You're not dumb.
My husband is like, no. Oh, no. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I could understand his reaction, because actually your hometown is 3,200 feet above sea level, so it is pretty high up there.
Okay.
You want to go?
All right, fact or fiction? Your town is known for the most dangerous airports in. Is it Central America? No, just in the world.
So the most dangerous airports for landing.
For landing.
Yes and no. It's a fact, but that airport, which is, by the way, I love that airport, and I think it was so bad that they changed to another airport. That's Toncontín, the Aeropuerto Toncontín.
Yeah,
that used to be our main airport in Tegucigalpa for, international flights. Now they just use it for local traveling. And yes, it's a fact. It used to be like for landing. It was like, let's say, it's like if it's in between mountains. So the airplane, you would see something like doing like this, kind of like, and then like it was weird. So if it was a plane that it was too big, it probably wouldn't go the way in the, how do you say, pista?
The runway.
The runway. Yeah, it would get off the runway.
Oh my God. Well,
but
you know what?
that's
You're
like,
right.
it happened, twice, I think, in forever?
Yeah, it's twice too many.
No,
Twice too
but
many.
it's like, no, I have friends, literally, that were on that accident that happened a long time ago. I don't even remember when, but they all agree that airplane shouldn't be in that airport. So it's just like, you have to take that into consideration. So hey, don't bring those massive, huge, unnecessary airplanes, and you're good. But yeah, many people found it like, oh, this is so scary. To me, it was like one of the cool things about my country.
Well, it is. It's considered one of the. So you're right. You got that one right.
It's scary.
It is, and it is scary. What you just described to me, it was terrifying. So yes, I have to agree with it. All right, but you wanna? Oh, you did that one, huh?
I did that one.
All right. Selva? Is it a selva? Is that how you say it?
La Ceiba?
Ceiba. Man, I cannot. Okay, La Ceiba is the jumping off point for the Bay Islands, including Roatan.
Yes.
And Util. Okay.
Yes,
that's a fact. You got
Guanaja
it.
and
Okay.
Utila. Like, if you, that's another, that's true. You can either take a ferry, or you can go on an airplane, and you can go to Utila, Guanaja, or Roatan. Roatan is the most popular one because the cruise ships go there, and it's like the fancy one of the three islands. I love Utila, which is more like low-key, relaxed, chill, not fancy island. And I love Guanaja because it's like half, like most of the island, it's like virgin, like it's just beautiful jungle, beach, quiet. It's just awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
You see, there you go, babe. I think.
Yeah. Go to Utila. Go to Utila.
Tila. Okay. We're gonna Tila.
Come on,
Utila.
Franco.
I know. I'm sorry. I can't. That's what happens when we both marry, like gringos and stuff. I lose my Spanish.
Okay.
All right, babe. Go.
La Ceiba is the carnival's second largest Central America after Panama City. So it's the largest carnival, the second largest carnival.
I don't know
in Central America.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a fact. Honestly, I don't know. But I can tell you about the carnival. It's awesome. I loved it. I remember I lived in La Ceiba for a while, and the carnival was like 2 streets from where I lived. So I would just literally go on the roof, or you could go. I'm kind of wild. Or you could go to to the street and see the carnival. It's one of the most fun memories I have when I was growing up. Yeah. But I don't know if it's the second largest.
It is the largest.
Yeah?
It's actually the largest.
It's the largest. Yes.
Wow. Awesome.
So 500,000 visitors. That's crazy.
Yeah, it goes crazy. Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, this is around your neck of the woods. Honduras qualified for the World Cup for the first time in 2014.
No, that's not true. The first time it was España 82, 1982. Then we did 2010, and then we did 2014, and we will do 2026.
It's like you read this identical.
Well, this is what she does for a living, babe.
Yeah, soccer is part of our lives in Honduras.
Yeah. It's
you even it's such a poor country that we don't like. I remember the first time I saw an actual Oh, I was telling the soccer. I was telling you, yeah, soccer for us is everything. Soccer is like you are born with a soccer ball, and it's a very poor country. So I even remember when I was growing up that I didn't see a real soccer ball until I don't know how old I was, because I remember we used to play with these plastic balls, or my brothers with some neighbors used to do this kind of like, how do you call that? The pantyhose things. They would fill it up with things. And yeah, honestly, sounds crazy, but that's how you see kids in like La Mosquitia, Tela, the north side of the country, like in the little towns, playing with those soccer balls. For us, soccer is like what unites the whole country, and it's part of us. So yeah, that's why I remember, and I do that for a living too.
Yeah. Yeah, soccer is life.
Yeah,
soccer is life,
yeah,
as they say.
Soccer is life.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna go to the next segment, which is my wanderlust, and this is really, I think, where we're gonna get into like how travel has affected you personally, which you kind of touched upon a little bit, and professionally, and really kind of just hear your anecdotes in terms of travel, right? And really kind of get a little bit more in depth into your life of travel. So we're just gonna start off with a question here on to get that going. Is typically, how do you choose your travel destinations when you're like for personal? Like, how would you choose a travel destination?
First the weather, because since I usually work a lot during summer, then I try to get away from the hot weather. I know everyone dreams with going to the beach. For me, it's more like I want mountains. I want go to different like places that are cold. So the weather is one of those things, and definitely, I think number one, I think it would be the food. I'm like, I don't have to care if I have these rolls anymore because I'm not on air. I'm on vacation, da da da. So the food is one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, food is. I think
that's what drives us.
Yeah. Like that's the first question that we see, right? I think we see first we get inspired that we see things on Instagram, like, oh my god, que lindo, and then when we go, like, wait, how's the food there? Like, because if the food is that good, I don't think I want to go.
Exactly,
but it's funny because, like, I think also too, like, whenever we look at travel, and everyone's like, but you live in Miami, we never pick places with beaches. Like, that is never what drives us. What drives us are the mountains.
Yes.
And just, vineyards and things like that. The complete opposite, because I feel like we open our eyes and like everybody has a pool. The beach is 20 minutes away from our house, and we do everything in our power to do the opposite.
Yeah. I think for the most part, I mean, now we're gonna go to La Terrenas in Dominican Republic with the close friends, but that's like honestly, I think we're more of like the old world and
museums,
and
monuments.
Monument, like we love that. And then Acaro, I swear the food is like, I have to eat well.
Like
well, Shannon's theory is what? Tell her about the 360.
So I have a thing called 360 that I always talk about. Like, a country has to have amazing people, because for me, like, you want to feel warm and feel good when you're there. Food. And then it has to be, the environment and the location. So for me, it's like, there's certain countries that, I love, the country, but I could do without the people, or I could do without the food, but it's like a 360 environment, it's that feeling that you get. And there's a few countries that it doesn't matter how many times I've gone, I always get that same feeling.
Really? Like which ones?
Well, Italy.
Italy is number one.
Because Italy to me is like the Latino of like, I say the Cubans. Yes, I think Italians are like the Cubans of Europe. They're like loud and they're in warm,
that way,
and in that way, and then I love their food. They have amazing history. So I just think for us it encompasses that. I love Switzerland.
I was just about to say Switzerland just moved up there.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all.
I wasn't expecting the food part of it because I know the people and the geography is gorgeous, but the food there surprised me. Really surprised me.
Look at this book I have. It's Switzerland. It's one of
I love Switzerland.
Sorry, promotion for the book, but this is something we do. We found out a bit about these books, and they tell you like from the must go places, because every tourist go to the little holes in the wall, and like what you need to go. And Switzerland is one of my favorite places on earth. I was that would be in my top 3 of I could live there. I love Switzerland.
Yeah.
If it wasn't so damn expensive, I could.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Expensive.
Yes, it is expensive.
Laughing. We were dying for like just water. We sat down at a restaurant, and there's where you look outside, there's mountains, like waterfall, come stream, all these little streams. And we sat down, and my friend's like, how come the beer is like $3 and the bottle of water is $10? Like, why is it cheaper to have beer?
Yes.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand.
Like wine in Italy. I remember then we went to Italy for our honeymoon, and when we go to on vacation, we're not one of those people who choose 5 places in 10 days. I'm like, how can you go to a place and really enjoy it if you're gonna be there for just 1 night or 2 nights? It's like I don't know how they do it. I don't know if you guys do that. I'm like, I want to really feel that I'm in somewhere, And we went to Italy for like, I don't know if it was 10 or 15 days. I don't remember. But I wanted a soda, and it was cheaper to get a bottle of wine in this place. And I'm like, that's why they're so happy. All the time. My gosh. Wine is cheaper than sodas.
Well, we have an apartment in Italy, and then when we used to go there to stay, we went to the grocery store, and it was insane. I was like, oh my God, the groceries are so expensive. I'm thinking United States. So for 6 people, for a whole week, I bought groceries,
bottles of wine,
including bottles of wine. It came out to €75 for a week, feeding 6 people with bottles of wine. So the wine there, and they had like locks on the wine.
I go, why are there locks on their wine? I'm like, it must be really expensive. It was €10. I was cracking up laughing. I was like,
it was insane.
Man,
but you know what? I'm
jealous.
I'm curious though. I'm curious. What you said the top 3? You said Switzerland in your top 3. What are the other 2?
Oh, I would say Italy. It's one of my top 3 places where I would definitely live. Not necessarily on the big cities. I would go to those like Tuscany, for example. My first one, I would have to say Austria. It is the most beautiful place I've ever been. The food was just delicious. The people, they were so nice. It had everything. It had the mountain and the lakes, and it was just and clean, safe. It was, how you have your 360. I was like, I was in cloud 9 when I was there. It was just so beautiful. Austria would be my first one. Oh,
it was beautiful.
Yeah,
jealous.
Austria was phenomenal.
Yes. We were in Vienna. I was like, I think Vienna's prettier than Paris. I was like, this place is stunning. Every time we turned the corner, there was another more beautiful building. I was like, this place is amazing.
With Paris, it's just that Paris is magic. You can't explain it. It's just you're there and you're like, what is it about this place that it's just so magical? I don't know how to explain Paris because I love Paris.
I like Paris. I mean, I named my daughter Paris. Like we named her Paris, but Paris is beautiful. But I feel like like it's the same thing that's happening with Rome, and it's happening with all these major cities. I just feel like
Too
it's
crowded.
beautiful, but it's become almost a caricature, like
Yes.
of a city.
Yes.
Like for example, I fell in love in Austria, right? Because I saw the city that is, to me, is just. And let me tell you something. It was.
Yes. No, I know what you
It has nothing
mean.
to envy Paris.
Yeah.
It has nothing to envy
Yes.
Paris, and
Yes.
it's not overwhelming, and it's not. So it's like I fell more in love. I feel that to me is more beautiful than Paris, because Paris has become that caricature of beauty.
Yes. Yeah. Like a lot of cliches and yeah. I know
and
exactly
it's
what you
lost
mean.
its luster.
It's just that I had the opportunity to be in Paris for work for a month and a half.
The Olympics?
In 2019. No. In 2019 for the Women's World Cup. So since it was the Women's World Cup, it wasn't as crowded as on a like in the Men's World Cup, So I got to experience the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything about Paris. Like the first thing I say about people who want to go to Paris is like, okay, are you going on a family vacation with kids? How old are how old are the kids? Like if you are in a stroller, you're screwed, because that is not kid friendly. Paris, I think it's not kid friendly. It's just, I don't know how people do with wheelchairs. Like that's something I think it's one on my cons or ugly list, but I got to experience how people go on with their days, and the food. I never ate bad, even if it's something the cheapest to the most expensive. It was just amazing. And to me, Parisians are so nice. I don't know. I know they have bad reputation.
Man,
but to me, they were just I don't know, and they're very flirty. By the way, I felt like for a moment, I'm like, am I backing Latin America? Because mademoiselle, comment ça va? Like that. I'm like, man, this guys. But
wait, you think French are more flirty than Italians?
No. But I don't know. I think since we go on nationalities, Argentinians, my goodness, they get
really?
like this. Hi, hello, they practically like, hey, boundaries, space, personal space.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Wow.
No, I would put Argentinians in first place.
Well, Argentinians think they're Italians, so.
Yes.
So let me ask you, what in terms of for Wonder Man, hold on. Yeah, there you go.
What type of traveler are you? Are you planner or spontaneous?
Oh, definitely a planner. I don't mind. Like we love road trips. So I love road trips because I like to discover things, right? So if I see something pretty, I want to stop. That's what I like. We do train, taxis, bikes, everything when we go to a place. We want to try everything, from the bus, the taxis, everything, the trains, everything. But I love road trips because I don't have to depend on a schedule. So if I see something nice and I read about it, I'm like, hey, let's take a turn. Let's go have lunch there. I don't mind that. Yeah, exactly. A little detour. But I'm more of a planner. But I'm one of those that enjoy the vacation since you start planning the vacation. Like since I'm like, oh, how's gonna be the weather? Okay, so what am I gonna pack? What I'm gonna do this and let's do here and there and make a list and yeah.
Yeah, a planner then. What do you think I am?
You're so I have to say I knew you because your personality, you were for sure a planner. And for you, I think you're a planner because he gets a little anxious.
Yeah.
I think you're up for like spontaneity, but it's like a planned spontaneity.
That's not spontaneity then.
No, like I think like once you're there and you're like, okay, yeah, this is good, and then I could throw a curveball, like you'll go with it. But he's not one to just be like, let's go here, and like I am. Like you'll tell me let's go somewhere, and I'll just go with it, and I'll book it the same day. Maybe I'm too spontaneous.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool because it's the balance. So I'm guessing one of you, as Franco in this case, he's the one that has that to-do list, and you have to get that to-do list done.
No, you see, no.
See, like that's what I'm saying.
No.
It's like he is like, so his thing is like he has to know where we're doing, where we're going. Like he's one of those, you know. So,
But it's more of like I gotta like change my like I gotta tune my psychology to know where I'm. You know what I mean? So is it like I don't know, like a club with a bunch of people, this and that? So I know like my social anxiety, I have to like tone it down a little bit, and that's or if it's like or if it's like we're just gonna look at art, okay, fine, I'm more relaxed. Sorry,
But
so
if you don't hit one of those places that you wanted to do, you won't go crazy.
No, because the thing with me is that I absorb a lot, maybe too much. That's pero that I could be happy at one place the whole time, and I'll enjoy that one place constantly. You know what I mean? Like I don't have if we don't get to that, that's fine. And unless there's something like I need to see in my heart, fine. But if not, that's fine. We could stay in one place all day in a different country, and I'm happy. You know, like
he will like whether it's hiking, whether it's traveling. He has to do like research. He'll look at videos. I think he needs to kind of get himself.
Well, the hiking is because I don't want to die.
No, but also too, like, you know, he puts himself in that mindset. Like,
yes.
You know, I'm not like that. I'm like, I'll wing it, like whatever, you know. But I'm not like that.
I'm more like Franco in that sense. I'm like, okay, I need to know where I'm going. So let's say very crowded places, I have to prepare. I'm like, okay, there's gonna be a lot of people. Yes. There's gonna be this, and it's gonna be loud, and it's gonna be the whole thing. It's in my head. But at the same time, I'm not. I can be like, just go with it. You know, I'm a follower. I can follow whatever you want to do. Okay, let's go. Like if you're happy, I'm going to be happy because we can all, you know, just have fun. But I ask you this because I remember when Italy was my very first trip with my husband. Yes. Well, no, New York, Miami, New York. I don't remember. But like Europe, the first time, it was with my husband, Italy, during our honeymoon. And I remember by day, I don't know, day 4 on our trip, I was sick of museums. I wanted to just go and, you know, do the, hey, let's get a espresso or a gelato and just chill, relax. And he was like, no, we still have to do this and this and this and this and that. And I started to get mad. And I'm like, I'm tired. Like, can we stop and just eat? No, because we still have to do this and this and this and this and that. So by the end of the day, I was so mad. I went to the hotel, beautiful hotel, one of the best hotels I've stayed in my whole life. And I was just like, in this beautiful hotel, this is our honeymoon. I got this book, literally, the Italy book. And I was so mad at him. I threw the book at him. And I'm like, you've touched this book more than me. And this is our honeymoon. And it was like vomito verbal, like just like blah. So that's why I asked, because you seem very much alike me and my husband in many ways.
No, I no, I'm not like that. I mean, I wish I had a camera right now on her husband's. That's I can see his face.
He's rolling his eyes like.
I bet.
He says that it was too expensive to just be at one place. He wanted to like conquer everything.
Well, there's logic. There's logic behind that. I understand that logic. I understand that. No, but I could be like in a cafe sitting. I mean, that's happened to us. We go to a cafe and for breakfast, right, in Italy, and we're there. We're drinking our cappuccino. We stay there so long
But it turns
that we're
into
like,
lunch.
we look at the watch and we go,
Aperol Spritz.
yeah, we're like, where are we going for lunch now? And then we go to lunch, and right from breakfast, we go to lunch. We stay there about 2 or 3 hours, and then we ask, oh, what are we gonna do for dinner? And we went to dinner. So it was,
that's
we literally-
awesome.
yeah, yeah, it was phenomenal.
So like I love to like rent cars and just go. Like we did over the last summer. I was like, let's just rent the car. We rented and we had a plan, but we ended up diverting. We ended up staying in Modena a lot longer than we were supposed to. And that was nice, you know? And then there was another town that I knew that was close by. And I was like, let's just make a right. And we went there, we hung out, we had lunch. And we do those things, you know? But
nice.
he needs
It's more psychological.
It's-
more, just
Yeah,
la
that's
locura.
nice.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
And I have
Yeah,
have
so-
to say before I get a book thrown at me, he's getting more, you know, relaxed and
Relaxed.
we've come to a compromise. Like, hey, you like to do this, I want to do this. So, and on this day we're gonna do whatever you want. This day we're gonna do whatever you want, and this day is whatever we both want, and we do like that, because if not, we would kill each other. Yeah.
With books.
Yeah.
You would kill each other with books.
because you travel for work. Sorry. So my brain's thinking, because now you say that you have the kids. How, like, are they good travelers, and do you include them in your travel plans? Because that's something that I think is important. Like, do you include them?
Yes, and I try to take one big family trip, and then our local trips. Big family trips for me are like whenever you have to go on a plane to another country, right? Like inside the country, I call it like, okay, small trip, whatever, because it's less planning, I think, whenever it's in the country. So we try to do one big trip with the kids and one with just us, to get away from our kids. I'm a bad mom.
Yeah.
I want to have time off with my
We
kids.
do it all the time.
Yes, from time to time, and it's healthy for. I think
it's healthy.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
good for our marriage and everything. But yeah, they are excellent travelers. But since that was one of my dreams when I was growing up, and everything I've learned for just going on a road trip somewhere close to where we live, I want my kids to do that. And my husband is on the same page, because he's a missionary kid. Like, his parents were missionaries for a long time. So he was born into going to different places and not always in the nicest places, you know, because they were doing missions, and it was every time it was on a low budget. So we want them to experience both the nice and the not so nice, you know, and they love it, and they do great in planes. I think if you do things right and you keep them entertained, or, you know, like, to me, it's not like they take a plane now, like as if they were taking an Uber, and they do great on road trips too. But they did it like my youngest, during that month and a half in France in 2019, he was 4 months old. So I had to take him on a work trip with me. So they were in Paris for a month and a half with me. The whole family, because I was like, I cannot go unless I have my family, because I was big on, I need to breastfeed my boys, the two. So and they did great. They do great, and they love it. Like, they love it, and they do very good in restaurants too. Like, yesterday we went to this restaurant, and we said, we cannot tell the kids we came here, because they're gonna be like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they are great. They do great traveling.
That's good. That's important. I think you have to train them early because, you got to get them accustomed to it. Pero Anna, we're winding down, so we're gonna usually when we wind down, in the last segment we have here in our interview is the Dorian Travel Questionnaire. We're gonna ask you some questions here that kind of pertain. You kind of answered a few, but you just kind of get a little bit more depth into your psyche when it comes to travel.
Okay.
So, babe, you want to start it off?
Yes. So, what was the first trip that changed your life?
Oh, I think it had to be with my family, like my family. Meaning, when I was like growing up, I remember my mom used to take us during the holidays or Semana Santa, which is kind of like Easter, right? Easter. That's how you Easter. I always forget. During Semana Santa or during like the holidays in December to La Ceiba. And I remember we would take a bus because we didn't have much. My mom would pack a sandwich or something that we'd eat on the bus for like, I don't know. I think it's almost 8 hours from Tegucigalpa to La Ceiba.
Oh, wow.
And to me, that was like, wow. Like, I loved it. I loved every moment of it. And whenever we were in La Ceiba, we'd go to the river, we would go to the mountain, we would go to the beach. But in fact, I think we went more to the mountain and the rivers than to the beach. And that was just one of the best times of my life. Like, I remember that, and I'm like, man, my mom made such an effort to give us something. Oh, I love it. Yes.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's a great, I'm sure it sticks with you.
Yeah.
I hope her kids think that way.
No. I bet they do. I bet they do.
I hope.
Yes.
I hope. What destination has inspired you the most and why?
That's so hard. I don't know. It's because in different ways, like let's say on a professional level, I remember I did the Tokyo Olympics during the pandemic. Remember, the Olympics were going to be in 2020, and then they ended up being a year later, 2021. And it was just from the whole being on quarantine for 14 days in a small hotel to the fact that they were so disciplined. You know, us Latinos, we're like, oh, how can we go on a different way? And they were so disciplined. And I remember the players without their families there, the athletes, it was so different. It was like if we all became, hey, we're doing this for the world so they can see something different. Like, yes, this is difficult. This is not at all like we wanted it to happen, but this is bringing something different and inspiration to me. The Olympics, yes, I live for soccer because soccer is in my being as a Honduran. But to me, the Olympics are something greater, and because you know how for players they prepare soccer players they prepare for 4 years to go to the World Cup, and that's the culmination for athletes, and that's I think that's the beginning for them, because no one sees them for 4 years until the Olympics come. So it was just, and it's so inspiring what they were doing, and the Japanese, how clean they were, how organized they were, how disciplined, like how everything. I think from a professional point, I think it would be that. On a personal level, I think it would be Italy, because it was on a personal level, Italy. I think it's one of those destinations that changed me, because it was like, it's not just me anymore. I don't have to take care of myself anymore. I have to think about someone else now. The whole with my husband, from throwing the book to being loving with him to, I don't know. That's a hard question, because I think in everywhere I go, I learn something. How similar we are, even when we are extremely far away, or how someone so poor can have the most fun with something like I mentioned, like whenever we went on little trips inside my country in Honduras, and we didn't have anything, and to me those are one of my favorite memories. So it's
City of it.
yeah. Oh no, that's such a hard question. Yeah.
So, what is your favorite word in another language, and what does it mean?
It's a bad one. Can I?
It's okay.
Good.
Can I say?
Yes, please. This is for mature audiences.
Yeah. Telastisi. It's kind of like saying.
Telastisi.
Yeah, telastisi. It's like saying "f off," like kiss my butt. It's kind of like that. Like, telastisi. Yeah, telastisi.
Where's that from?
It's Arabic. And actually I didn't learn it. And when I was during the World Cup in Qatar, I learned it as I was in my early 20s. Because in Honduras, there's a lot of Arabs, like a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most of my friends are Honduran, but Arab descendants. So that I had this boyfriend, a Lebanese boyfriend, and he taught me that word, and I loved it. One day I asked him, like, hey, he spoke like 5 languages, because Arabs are like really, like Europeans that know many languages, and for Lebanese people, they need to know English, Arabic, French, and I don't remember what else. And one time I asked him, like, how do you say F off or kiss my butt? And he told me that. And I'm like, this is awesome. Thank you. I'm going to use it for the rest of my life. And I've had. Yeah.
It's a great one. Let me tell you, that's a good one. And it sounds so nice.
Sounds pretty.
It sounds pretty.
Yeah.
Here, you want to ask this one?
If you could travel with a historical figure, who would it be and why?
And where?
And where?
A historical figure. Oof. Man, that's a very good one. Can that person be dead?
Yes.
Yeah. Any historical figure from past or present.
Okay, Kobe Bryant.
Ooh.
Because he lived in different countries. He knew how to speak Italian, Spanish. Like he was so multicultural in himself. I bet he was fun to travel with, and he was so strict and focused and disciplined, and like the black mamba mentality. He's one of my favorite athletes ever, one of my top 3. So I wonder how he was when he was just having fun with his family and going to places, because whenever I remember his interviews talking about when he was playing in Europe versus when he was playing like at Olympics, or when he was playing with his team here in the US, and he had those glimpses of, I'm like, oh, I bet he knows the world in a different way, like he appreciates everything in a different way. So definitely, yeah, I would say Kobe Bryant.
That's a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. I think I would have picked Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, because he turns water to wine.
Oh, okay.
So
that's awesome. That's a good one. Yes.
Yeah. Well, who would you pick?
I would pick Pablo Picasso.
Picasso?
Ooh,
yeah,
fancy.
but I want to be but during his time.
Oh, during his time.
Yeah. Like
Nice.
I would, and the reason why is because he was born, I think like it was 1919, no, even earlier, or 1909. And like he lived all the way until like his late 80s, but he lived like his best times through the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Like he lived all of those. And he lived in Paris, he lived in New York, Spain, like and he was just traveling around. But I mean, if you think about it, he was like in his late teens, in the 20s. Like that's the best time.
Yeah.
And then he lived through the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s,
and the 60s.
the
Yeah.
80s. Like, and he
Yes,
was,
that's a great.
you know, so
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You can tell
All
she's
right,
a teacher. She's more knowledgeable
Yeah.
than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just an alcoholic, apparently. Okay. All right. So this is our last question. What is your travel motto or mantra?
I don't have one. No, I always just remember to be grateful, to appreciate how far I've come, and to just enjoy every single part of it. Like if you're in a crowded place doing on a long line to get something, to whenever someone is serving you your first glass of wine, or if you're walking and you're tired but look around, you're in a different place, and yeah. So I always remember that. Try to just remember how blessed you are and how hungrier you get every time I go somewhere. I just like, it inspires me, and I'm like, I want more. Now I want to go this and this. So it brings the best and the worst in me. Like I'm so grateful, but I'm so ambitious at the same time.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Anna. I mean, this was a
thank
great
you.
conversation. Yeah, this was great. Thank you so much. And nothing. I mean, we'll obviously be in contact, and many more travels for you and your family. Your beautiful family.
Thank you. And one time I need to Airbnb your place in Tuscany.
Go in Tuscany. I wish that's our next one.
that's our next one. Vicenza.
Yeah, we're in Vicenza, but the Tuscany's coming. I swear.
Okay.
And I am gonna book your husband for the next interview because he's.
Yeah,
I know he's gonna give me some stuff.
He had the crazy stories from the Amazons to a jungle in Honduras to smoking cigars in Cuba to he's done pretty heavy, way more interesting stuff than me. Yeah, definitely.
I'm way more.
Yeah.
But thank you. This has been great.
Thank you so much.
And I'm just gonna. So all right, we'll chat. Bye.
Bye.